This is Laura's Landscapes Assessment for Accounts Receivable, Part 2. In this part, we're going to do the Accounts Receivable Control Account and the closing balances. Nice, easy part. The first thing we're going to do is the closing balances. We need the names of all the accounts receivable in our subsidiary ledger. So I'm just clicking on equals. You could also do it here as well, I suppose, and just fill down. Just be aware that some of them may have been paid off. So we'll just have a quick check. Any with zero balance, Barry Barefoot, he's got nothing. So we'll get rid of Barry, and also Penelope Broker's got nothing too. Raymond White, we've got Irina, who's our last one. And we're just going to put the opening balances, the closing balances. And Gemma, and Tamsin, and Alex, and Raymond, and last one's Irina. So that's just the totals of how much is owed. That's going to help us because that's also going to be copied and pasted over here shortly. The other thing you have to do is the accounts receivable. This is the control account. So I'll call it a control account. And we can grab the opening balances from here. And it's a debit balance because they owe us money. And then at the end of the month, 30 days in April, we're going to just post everything. So we've got sales and GST. We'll put the things that add to it first, then the things that take away. And we've got overdue fees. Oops. Don't forget to put NGST on all of these. Anything else you can see in the debit column? That seems to be it. We won't do the error part. So the sales and GST, and add all of the sales and GST ones up. So just click on one at a time and the plus in between. The reason we're doing the control account is to make sure that we balance, and you have to answer that in the written questions. The overdue fees. Cool. So that's taken care of all the debit entries in. Now we'll do the credit entries. Credit entries are those things that decrease accounts receivable. This one obviously is bank when they pay us. We've unfortunately got bad debts and GST and also discount. So for the bank, we're going to type in all those times that they've paid us and just add them all up. The bad debts is just the one. Unfortunately, Penelope Broker. And the discount, you've got a couple of those. Looks like another one here too, returns we'll have to put in. Discounts. And we'll add the returns and GST as well. Right, and then we come to where we do the balance part. So we go equals the top line, the opening balance, plus the debits, minus the credits. If we do it this way, we can fill down. and not have to write it out each time. And the debit will just fill that down too. Now what we should see is this figure here balances with this figure here. 7652, 7652. So that's a success for us. Last part of this is to do the closing aged debtors report. So what we'll do is we'll start off and we'll just copy this data and paste it in here. Didn't like that, so we'll reference it. Just filling across and down. All right, the credit limits, we've got Sarah Watson, she's 500. Gemma is 1500. I'm just getting for those from above. Tamsin, Alex, Raymond. See Raymond's over still. And Erin, she's new and over as well. All right, so now the tricky part is to find out when they owe. So let's have a look at Sarah first. She owes 940 bucks. So she's paid off all of her balance. You can see that there, that 640 is all paid off. So all that 940 is current. Emma Bailey, she owes 920. So we'll find Gemma Bailey. And just check, she had 800 owing at the start. How much of that 800 has she paid off? So she's paid off 600 there, so 200 still owing. So we need to check here Gemma Bailey. So she's paid all that 480, which is this one down here, and 120 of that current. She still owes 200 of that one. Now that was current, so that now becomes a month old. That's at 320 here, minus the 120 that she returned. And so her current amount is at 720. So those two add to 920. Tamsin, she had 940. So 940, which was 1 month and 2 months. So those ones become 2 and 3. And just again looking at Tamsin, the concern to us, she hasn't paid anything off, and yet we've sold more. So the 880 is current. Alex Cool owes 1530. That was 380 owed earlier. Let's check what Alex has paid. So that 380, it looks like he's returned 240 of that. So out of that 380, how does that work? So that 300, 240 is being paid, so that's 60 owing there. And that was 2 months, so it becomes 3 months, 60. This 80, nothing's been paid on that. And that was current, so that becomes 1 month. I think that's in the wrong column there. It should be, because it was 1 month, now goes to 2. And then Alex Cool. You'll see that we've had 2 lots for sale, so both of those are added together to be the current at 940 plus the 450. 2 to go. Eden is pretty easy. That's all current, so we'll chuck that all in current. And Raymond White, to show you Edina, both in this month, so current. And Ray White, Raymond White, where are you? So I had 1820. 820 was paid off. So Raymond White, 820 is paid off, so that 1,000 goes a bit further along. So that was 2 months becomes 3. Not very good, eh? And that means 500 must be there. Oh no, hang on. 602. And let's just check that 602 for Raymond White. Those two added together, which is 602. Good. And we'll just auto sum. This is just to make sure we've allocated everything. And we'll check it by adding these ones up. And that figure there should equal that one. Oh, looks like we're out. By 80 bucks. So obviously we've got to go back and find that $80. So instead of going and checking back for individual transactions, what we'll just do is check that this figure here equals the sum across there. We're going to type a formula. You've probably found it already. And this column should equal 0. So this is where our $80 is out. So we'll go back and check Tams and Mattel. So 1820. Where's Tams and so that was 940, 1820. 1820, that's correct. That 940. Tamsin, 320 and 540. 320 and 540. So it must be this figure here that's wrong. It actually looks okay, looking back here with what we've done. So it probably indicates an error up here. So 940 was right. It's just this one here. Should have been 400. And now we balance. Brilliant. So that's the end of that section. Our third section will be writing the report.